Flash. It is on ABS TV and the last segment of a Good Morning Anambra. I'm Ike Mokedi. Thank you very much for being on the show with us at this hour. I will tell you that Anambra Club, a Solution FC, have embarked on a season-long break in the aftermath of the 2024-2025 Nigeria National League season. Falcons to face Portugal, Ghana in pre-WAFCON friendlies are coming up. We'll have that two-time Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova to retire at the end of the summer. And we've got our news on Formula One, athletics, and football news on the sports show. Let's begin with our first story. Our first story is from the local scene, and it is coming from the camp of the Anambra Football Club and Solution FC. Let's tell you that Solution Football Club of Anambra State have winded off their season and embarked on an off-season long break following the just concluded 2024-2025 Nigerian National League, the NNL season. Chairman of the club, Chief Chukwuma Ezamama, eulogized that the playing personnel, technical crew, and the management team for their dedication, cooperation, and team spirit are displayed throughout the season. Chief Ezamama stated that despite not securing a playoff spot for possible promotion to the Nigeria Premier Football League, NPFL, which was the target hitato, the club remains grateful to God for an injury-free and seamless campaign, while also thanking the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, for providing the platform to play in the second tier of Nigerian club football. On behalf of the chairman of the Anambra State Sports Development Commission, I wish to thank you, the players, technical crew, and the management team, for your dedication and team spirit exhibited in the course of the just concluded 2024-2025 NNL season. This season, we are not able to achieve our dream and aspiration of making the playoffs a sport for a fighting chance to play in the top tier, he said. However, we finished fifth on the log, which is an improvement from last season and our maiden campaign where we fought to maintain our NNL status. It is our collective resolve that next season we will achieve that aim, as we have learned our lessons and we will be ready to improve on our performance. I thank the state government under the leadership of our Governor Chukwuma Soludo for providing the platform and giving the needed support. He stated, I wish you all journey messages back to your base. Remember to stay safe and keep fit in anticipation of the 2025-2026 NNL season. Chief Ezamama stated Solution FC ended the season finishing fifth on the Southern Conference Group B log with 29 points amassed in 20 league matches, and the club this season also reached the round of 16 of the 2025 President Federation Cup, losing to eventual finalist Aquara United, having initially upended MPFL club Lobby Stars FC and Eagle Stars FC in the round of 32 and round of 64 respectively. So that one coming from Solution FC camp, and these are from the chairman of the club, Chief Chukwuma Ezamama, and of course saying it was a good season, although the target was to get a place into the playoff. It wasn't achieved, and he promised that next season Solution FC will do everything within their power to ensure an Anambra team returns back to the top tier of Nigerian club football, which is at the Nigeria Premier Football League. We'll be watching out for that, and we'll be keeping tabs on Solutions FC preparation for the 2025-2026 season. We here will be starting sometime in the month of October later in the year. But you also know that the Nigeria Premier Football League, the NPFL, will be starting on August 22, and Wenge Lebele once disclosed this to newsmen. It's official that the league will be starting on August 22. So the new season of Nigerian club football will be starting in no distant time, and that's in about 2 months' time. We'll be following up on that one. We're still talking about the second tier of Nigeria club football, the Nigeria National League. On Wednesday, honored the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusso, with a special award in recognition of his steadfast and support for the growth and development of Nigeria's second-tier football league. The presentation took place in Abuja during the May and June editions of the NNL Awards, a monthly ceremony that highlights the achievements of outstanding players, coaches, teams, and key stakeholders who have contributed meaningfully to the development of the league we hear. According to the NNL, the award was given to acknowledge Alhaji Gusau's instrumental role in strengthening domestic football structures and promoting grassroots development through consistent collaboration. At the event, NNL Chief Operating Officer Danlami Alanana praised the NFF president's leadership, describing it as a driving force behind the league's recent progress. Alhaji Gusau has provided unwavering support and fatherly guidance to the Nigeria National League. His commitment has played a vital role in the transformation we are witnessing at this level of football. As stated, the NNL Awards initiative is part of the league's broader strategy to incentivize performance and foster accountability and build a stronger connection between government authorities and football institutions nationwide. Gusau's recognition marks a significant endorsement of his tenure as NFF president, particularly in his effort to uplift domestic football and enhance the visibility and competitiveness of the second tier of Nigerian club football, which is known as the NNL. So we say congratulations to the NFF president, talking about Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau for his innovation, the innovations he has brought to football. We'll be watching out and let's see what more will be coming to the NNL now that the NNL has given an award to the NFF president for his unwavering support to the league and his commitment towards the growth of football in the country from the NNL. And now, away from that, let's talk about our national teams. Let's go to the female national team, the Super Falcons. And ahead of the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, Nigeria Super Falcons are set to play two high-profile friendly warm-up matches against Portugal and arch rivals Ghana. The friendly fixtures form part of the team's final tune-up schedule before the tournament kicks off in Morocco. We hear the Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF, recently announced that the 9-time African champions will take on Portugal on June 23rd. In addition, interim head coach Justin Madugu confirmed that the Super Falcons will also face Ghana in a second preparatory match, also to be tagged in Morocco. And the matches follow Nigeria's recent 2-0 victory over Cameroon in a friendly encounter held earlier this month in Ogun State. The win marked an encouraging start to the Falcons' build-up campaign, with the technical team seeking to test different tactical setups and player combinations ahead of the tournament. According to team sources, the Super Falcons will hold their pre-WAFCON training camp in Portugal before moving base to Morocco, where the competition will be held. The team will rely on a blend of experienced internationals and promising young talent in their quest to reclaim the continental crown, the last one, and that was in 2018. Nigeria have been placed in Group B and will face Tunisia, Algeria, and Botswana in the group stage. The tournament opener is scheduled for July 6th when they take on Tunisia at the iconic Stade Mohammed V in Casablanca. With rising competition from other African nations, the Falcons are aware that a solid showing in their friendly fixtures could provide the momentum needed to excel on the big stage. Meanwhile, Ghana's Black Queens have already kicked off their WAFCON preparations in Ben Slimane, Morocco. The Ghanaians are drawn in Group C, where they will battle defending champions South Africa as well as Mali and Tanzania. With only South Africa, the current champions, and Equatorial Guinea, twice winners, have also lifted the WAFCON trophy. Nigeria remains the most decorated side in the tournament history. However, they know that a past glory will count for a little in what is shaping up to be one of the most competitive editions yet. And of course, the Falcons are preparing well for this one. The friendlies are coming up in anticipation of the WAFCON. We wish the Falcons all the best, and we will also do our own part by keeping tabs on their preparation for the Women African Cup of Nations. And now time for us to check out stories on the continent. Crystal Palace, we hear, are in talks with Sporting Lisbon, the Portuguese club, over the signatures of centre-back Ousmane Diomande. The FA Cup holders are looking to strengthen their defence this summer, we'll hear, and given the uncertainty over the future of skipper Mark Guehi, who has just 12 months to run on his current deal at the Selhurst Park. Diomande, 21 years of age, is a serious target for Palace, but it remains to be seen whether the clubs can reach an agreement for the central defender who has already attracted interest from numerous clubs in Western Europe and beyond. The Ivory Coast international is valued at around 40 million euros a fee that would smash the club's current transfer record of 32 million pounds for Christian Benteke, and that was in 2016. And of course, Palace have made signing a new centre-back a summer priority, given Guehi's contractual situation. England international Guehi could leave this summer as Palace look to avoid losing him for nothing next summer when the current contract expires, we hear. And now, away from that, now let's go to another story. Let's tell you that according to a fresh report in Spanish football media, Real Madrid is expected to wrap up a new deal for Moroccan star Brahim Diaz, and interest from the Premier League. According to report, while Diaz played a bit patrol for Madrid during the last couple of seasons, the 25-year-old was constantly linked with a move away from the world-renowned club. Arsenal were among the first clubs that linked with Diaz, while Manchester United reportedly made contact with Madrid during the last 48 hours. The Red Devils have been linked with numerous attacking players in the last couple of weeks, with Ruben Amorim set to be keen on bolstering his number 10 position for the 2025-2026 season. However, transfer specialist Fabrizio Romano revealed that Diaz will sign a new contract with Madrid very soon. The news could welcome as a blow to Manchester United, who have also been in talks with Cameroon star Brian Mbeumo. However, the Brentford talisman is believed to be interested in joining Tottenham Hotspur following their UEFA Champions League qualification via lifting the 2025 UEFA Europa League trophy. And now to some other sports news. Now let's go to motorsports. In Formula One, and the governing body, the FIA, has sacked the latest in a series of senior figures after eradicating the role of a head of sustainability, diversity and inclusion in Formula One. Sarah Mariani wrote a note that appears to be critical of the body's leadership as she left the FIA, and that was on Wednesday. Mariani, who had been head of sustainability, diversity and inclusion for just 18 months, wrote that there is a life outside the FIA, a life where talent and dedication are rewarded, where women in leadership positions can thrive, feel valued and are respected. She wrote her role was removed as part of an internal restructure that split her responsibility across two separate divisions. The FIA has been contacted for comment on the specific allegations made by Mariani in her note, which was on her email out of office. And Mariani was unavailable to respond to those comments when, of course, contacted by a section of the media. Let's go for a short break on Sports Splash. We will continue the show with other stories on the international scene. We've got tennis news and football to wrap up the proceedings for the Friday edition. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It is Post Splash Friday edition on ABS TV. More stories on the international scene. Let's check out what's happening in the world of athletics. Olympic hurdler David King has retired from athletics at the 31-year-old, a six-time British champion from Plymouth, reached the semi-finals of the 110 meters hurdles at the delayed 2020 Olympic Games, and that was in Tokyo. And he reached the final of the 2022 World Indoor Championship, having drawn lots after recording an identical time with Japan's Shusei Nomoto in the semi-finals of the contest. And King also raced at 3 European Championships, represented England at the 2018 Commonwealth Games, and reached the semi-finals of the 2022 World Championship. But he has decided now to call it quits for athletics. And away from that, in the world of tennis, a double Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova has announced that she will retire from tennis at the end of this season. The Czech player won the ladies' singles title, and that was in 2011 and 2014, and reached at the final of the Australian Open in 2019. In recent years, she has fallen down the rankings and last made at the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam, and that was in 2020. She missed the whole of 2024 to have her first child and only returned to action in the month of February. Petra Kvitova said on X that she had surpassed her dreams during her career and will retire after September's US Open. And the former world number 2 was the only non-British player named in the initial batch of a Wimbledon wildcards announced on Wednesday. And Kvitova was the first Czech since Jana Novotná in 1998 to win the Wimbledon, when she beat Maria Sharapova in the 2011 final. And Novotná and former Czech great Martina Navratilova were in the royal box to see her victory. And in the world of football, Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappe is in hospital with gastroenteritis after missing the Club World Cup opener against Al Hilal. The France captain, 26 years of age, missed training on Tuesday with a fever and did not play in Wednesday's 1-0 draw against the Saudi Arabian side. A Real Madrid statement on Thursday said Mbappe has an acute case of gastroenteritis and was admitted to hospital for a series of tests. Gastroenteritis is an infection in the gut which causes vomiting and diarrhea. Real's next game is against Pachuca, and that's coming up on Sunday at 20 hours at BST. There is no indication whether Mbappe could be available for the game. We hear gastroenteritis is an infection in the gut, and we hear that it is something that could be recovered from. And Mbappe, it may interest you to know, has scored 43 goals in 56 appearances in all competitions for Real in his first season after joining on a free transfer from PSG. This is Real's first competition under Xabi Alonso, who replaced Carlo Ancelotti as a manager at the end of the La Liga 2024-2025 season. And still talking about the Club World Cup, let's tell you that more than 400,000, specifically 423,004 seats have been left empty during the opening round of the Club World Cup group matches in the United States. Stadiums have been 56.8% full, with more than 500,000, about 556,369 spectators attending. 9 stadia have been used for the first 16 matches of the tournament with a combined capacity of 979,373 fans. Featuring the expanded tournament is being treated as a dress rehearsal for the International Men's World Cup next summer, which will be held in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Of the 16 matches played thus far, half of the matches have seen attendances below 50% of the capacity of the stadium. The lowest attended game was South Africa's Mamelodi Sundowns win over South Korean side Ulsan HD in front of the 3,412 and spectators at the Inter and Co Stadium in Florida. The fixture between Ulsan HD and Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, had a very poor record, and official attendance meant that the stadium was just 13.6% full. We hear, and of course, our fans are being joined to come out en masse to watch our games are ongoing at the FIFA Club World Cup. That's the show for this morning and this Friday. Thank you for being here from Monday down to Friday, and of course I wish you all the very best, and the show makes a return on Monday. Do have a lovely time out. My name is Ike Mokere. Have a lovely weekend. Bye bye now.